Hey everybody, AcedTyler here, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. In the last episode, we entered Turtle Rock, and in this episode, we are going to, of course, finish Turtle Rock. And so it's a... Oh, son of a bitch! That ruby just fell straight to the ocean after I killed that or the bird, or that hog, or whatever. Ah, damn it! It fell to the ocean. I'll never get it because it just fell straight down there like a... It's been there and made a splash. Or no, as a matter of fact, take it away, Salvatore.
Splish!
Thank you. Yeah, so, of course, I'll never even get it because, for one thing, it's in the water. Not to mention, there's no way either because, well, I mean, there's no way to even leave it on because, of course, it's a dream world, so, anyway. So now we're back at the other entrance, and I also went ahead and activated that one last, warp portal, even though there's probably no way because we're almost done, but, yeah, and I also skipped a few clips because then I had to just constantly repeat having to go through the warp portal. But yeah, that was the last one activated if you want to go over there. But you know, we're almost done with the game, so it's relatively pointless. All right, so now we're back in this room with the Dodongo snakes. Yeah, for what we remember what the owl statue was saying beforehand is that the only way to kill them from this from this angle. Well, I mean, you know, the way to kill it is just by throwing bombs at a higher plane, and that's what we need to do in order to reach that chest. Because if you kill them at the lower level, then the chest will appear, but you won't be able to reach it because there's just no way up there. So yeah, you actually have to just place the bombs and then just chuck them into the Dodongo snakes' mouths. And somehow it's actually a little easier than I would imagine. Because you know, because with having to aim right and make sure they go right to the mouths. But no, surprisingly, I actually did pretty good. I mean, it's easier than you would probably think, of course. But we are almost done with this. Well, I mean, yeah, I should say almost done, even though this video is about like 17 minutes long. Well, longer if I were to keep talking after the end of this videos, like I keep on doing it for a long time, and then I just go right to the end screen, and then it would just take a while before the end screens I've been adding recently would just go in before the videos because I talk too much. Which, of course, I will have to say, though, is a very stupid thing YouTube would do, because I want to make, because at first I wanted to make sure that the videos would appear right at the end screen once it transitions to it, but there's a certain kind of time to it where it won't come up until a certain point, and there's no way you can actually change it to beforehand. That is so stupid. I really don't know why it's so limited. I really wish we could be able. I mean, I understand it's supposed to be like some sort of end screen, but I mean. You would think it'd be close enough, I mean, but, you know, as long as I'm not too far in, but, you know, it's kind of my own fault, though, because, I mean, I do talk a lot when having to do these, outros, but, you know, I guess it's one thing that I can't really help, though, but, yeah, I mean, it's one thing I notice all the time. But yes, we're pretty much at the tail end, or actually, yeah, I will say the tail end for this LP in general. You know, actually, I want to say though that like those lava pits, they really do not look like lava pits at all. They look more like lava tiles, almost like the floor, because it looks like the floor is lava, unless it's a Switch version where it's more like lava pits, because like I said, the dungeon in Turtle Rock in the Switch version is a lot more cave-like aesthetically, as opposed to as opposed to this version. Oh yes, by the way, I do want to say though is that this is actually my second commentary attempt. Well, I mean just for a short while. I mean like not really a second recording attempt per se, but like as far as the commentary goes, my second commentary attempt. Because when I tried the first one, while I was recording, I laid my elbow down on the slider drawer where my keyboard was. And then my elbow accidentally pressed the spacebar, and it stopped the recording altogether. It just made it stop. Now, this rock is many crowds. There's supposed to be some way to shut. Yes, I know. We're almost at the end of the game. How do you think I don't even know? Yeah, this game will definitely. I mean, as much as I love this game, it does get pretty annoying with some certain speeches, like just telling you about stuff that you already know beforehand. I guess it's kind of like, Navi before Navi? I don't know. Well, except for that, hey, and listen! And more of that since, well, considering that Ocarina of Time is definitely going to be the next Zelda Let's Play, which, oh man, I'm so excited for. Can't wait. But, more on that once I, more on that after this LP's done and once I go and talk about, the credits. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So yeah, this is my second commentary because the whole thing stopped after my elbow accidentally pressed the space bar, and the whole recording stopped. And so it just kind of played the commentary that I recorded over. So I had to undo all that and do it all over again, just having to repeat some of the lines. Well, I mean, it wasn't really. I mean, it wasn't really repeat exactly what I said, but because of some new lines there, new quotes, but yeah, this part of it is actually a second attempt, but this is actually the part where I left off of, so I can actually explain the rest. So yeah, that's actually what happened. So I had to move my keyboard a little farther just in case I do that again somehow. Guys, I never trust myself with that. Anyway, so another mini boss, but this is actually the actual mini boss of this dungeon, not like the other mini bosses that we've faced for previously. This is Blano. And Blano is, well, he's a boxer, for one thing. He wants to rumble with me. So he has a few attacks where, like, he will try to, yeah, the Shoryuken, right there, you can see here.
Shoryuken!
Yeah, just like that there. Whenever he does this one special attack, I think it was that Shoryuken that he does, he will not only knock you out, but, like, he'll send you skyrocketing, and it'll take you all the way back over to the dungeon entrance, and that is probably the most annoying thing about this mini-boss. And what you have to do, though, is that you actually do... I mean, normally you have to deliver some sword slashes at him, but like, I was having trouble against him at first because he keeps on guarding against my attacks with his boxing gloves. But just make sure he has an opening, and then you can actually slash him with sword, and that should be about it. And so, item of the dungeon, we got the magic rod. Now we can burn things. Burn it! Burn, baby, burn! Disco Inferno! I actually remember they got rid of that in the Switch version. I guess probably because of copyright reasons or something. I don't know. Well, largely because of copyright. Oh, one other thing about Blano, like speaking of the Switch version, I also know that this kind of pattern also changed. Well, like, whenever he does his special attack, um, like he'll do the same thing. Will send you skyrocketing, but he actually, I think he transports you to another different room or any kind of a random room there is. But I'm not sure which one exactly. But in this version, he'll just send you all the way back to the dungeon's intro. So that's really, really, well, one thing that's really annoying about it. But yes, we have the magic rod now, and so with that, we can actually this is actually where we're gonna be able to light those torches and also burn those enemies. Although I have to say though, considering this is the final dungeon, and then after that, then all we got left is just the finale. The magic rod is relatively useless. Because, I mean, like I said, I mean, you're able to light the torches, but, like, after that, then, this is... Oh, I didn't mean to do that there. This is actually at the point where you're never really going to use it at all after this dungeon, because, we basically just about reached the end of the game. And so, yeah, that means it's just relatively useless. So, yeah, I mean, it's only good for this dungeon, because, well, we need it for one thing, well... not only for certain puzzles, but also for the boss, which we'll see later on. And ignore the Beamos right there. Which, of course, we can't really do anything about that anyway. I mean, of course, thankfully the Beamos actually become killable in 3D Zelda games, starting with Ocarina of Time. But more on that once I get to that Let's Play. Which should be, it's pretty soon, but yeah, it's actually more stuff to talk about. Well, at least the credits. And that's how you're able to light those torches, just by using the magic rod on past those railings there. All right, and more of this. Well, actually, no, that's not what we're gonna be doing. That. Yeah, and also the blue Hinox will respawn when you go back to the room, but you don't really have to fight him again though, because I mean the door down there will still be open. So you can actually just ignore him if you want to, unless if you want to fight him anyway, just for a fairy, because the mini bosses will always respawn those fairies if you ever wanted more health. then, by all means. But we don't have to deal with him because we already dealt with him beforehand, and so I mean, he was an absolute pushover with it. Uh, Actually, essentially though, I've very much broken the game clean in half because as I keep on saying, we have the red tunic and the colon sword. So yeah, this game is officially broken because of how easily I've been cheesing those mini bosses and the boss themselves. All right, so those new side scroller sections that we're going into, they will have these ice blocks here, and that's actually where you have to use the magic rod against them. Well, actually, in order to melt the ice. And there are certain pathways you have to take, so you have to try to memorize what kind of path you have to take to on those ice blocks. Yeah, I like that right there. So make sure yeah, you have to burn down those certain ice blocks, and so that way there you can actually open up the path to or to them. So just pay close attention to what kind of path, or just like imagine we have to go through, and then just use the magic rod to just create some of the openings for some of those. All right, and now we have a rematch against the Hydrosaur from the Angler's Tunnel, and yeah, I cut that one out because I was actually having no idea what I was doing. I mean, because like I thought I would try to use the Pegasus boots because well, one thing that's actually harder than previously is that you're dealing with the lava pits, of course, because previously it has the wall and also the all the water tiles, so that you would be able to easily damage him with the Pegasus boots and with the sword as well. But like, what happened was that I had the Roc's Feather because I want to be able to jump over the lava pits and the Pegasus boots, but Link won't be holding his sword out because you have to have the sword equipped with you, and if you want to use the Pegasus boots, for Link to have his sword out. Because without that, then he won't do it at all. It'll just be basically running, and that's what I was struggling against. What I didn't realize though, because I was a complete and total dumbass, what you can do is that once the Hydrosaur is about to charge at you, you can actually jump over him with the Roc's Feather, and then or to where you get behind him, and then that's when you can slash him to actually damage him. So that's actually what I should have done back in the Angler's Tunnel, but my dumbass completely forgot about that, and so I didn't think to do that. So oops. And now we have the Nightmare's Key, so with that we can be able to get to the dungeon's boss. And hopefully soon. So yeah, once again, yeah, I'm still like hesitating right there because I'm just still looking at the guy right there. But like I said, we're almost done. Did you just fly away there? Also, my past self is also a dumbass, and I should have gotten that chest just by using the hook shot. But again, I was still looking at the Zelda dungeon. They didn't even say to get the treasure chest. I should have gotten that. It was my bad. I'm so sorry. But then again, though, that chest probably does contain rupees. So and we've reached just the maximum because the maximum number of rupees you can carry is 999. And so, and we're not really going to be using any more rupees anyway, so it's not really necessary. But, I probably could have gotten that just for completion's sake. But what are you going to do? But yeah, I guess it's safe to say that this is that this would definitely be the penultimate episode, because after that, then there's just going to be a finale, which is just swagging up the Windfish. Oh man, I can't believe how far we come. This LP actually did go by pretty fast, because previously, because in my previous Let's Plays, I took so long to get these LPs done because, well, I mean, I've had such a rough life going on. I had such a struggle with a lot of things in life, and I've gone through a lot of depressions, but nowadays, I'm actually I'm actually able to upload a lot more frequently than before, and so I'm able to get these LPs done a lot faster. So yeah, no more of those hiatuses. Yeah, I keep on having to take hiatuses because of how depressed I've been getting lately because of having to go through such a rough life. But but now it's not so much. But now it's kind of like happening. It's occurring much less right now than that actually gives me more motivation to continue these uploads, and so that's why I'm able to upload a little more frequently. Aside from my busy schedule, that is, of course. But yeah, so because of that, I'm able to get these LPs done a lot faster this time. All right, this is where, yeah, this is actually where you have to pay close attention to the kind of path that you have to take for burning down these ice blocks with the magic rod. And so yeah, just yeah, there's actually like certain ice blocks that you have to burn down, or just melt with a magic rod. So there's that right there. And then all you have to do, like you have to make sure that as you fall down the pit, then just use a magic rod, and then as you go along, as you melt down that ice, and then after that, then you just have to. You actually just have to press left on the control pad, or actually in my case, I actually just push left on the circle pad on my, which, since I'm playing this on my 3DS Virtual Console. So yeah, in my case, I'm just using circle pad to push left, and that way you can get across. And so with that, here we are at the boss door, and so boss time. Craggle, Foosh, you're finished. I will never let you play the instruments of the sirens. All right, and so here we have Hothead. And what you have to do for to beat this boss, you actually have to use a magic rod against him to, cast fire on him. So yes, for this boss fight, you have to fight fire with fire. And so that's all you have to do, literally. Just use a magic rod against him, and then as he's swimming around, he'll jump from the lava pit, and then as he splashes down, then those fireballs will come out. So you have to watch out for those. And then as long as you aim carefully, and then he'll go in this state, and then he'll just move around the screen and try to attack you as well. But you can actually still use the fire rod against him as well while he's in that state. And then just, lather, rinse, repeat, and then you should be fine. And I'm taking a lot of damage as a result from him going all over the screen. But yeah, just keep doing it, and then you should be fine. So it's actually not too hard of a boss, well, even if it's the boss of the final dungeon. And now he's broken out to a second form. So we're almost there, and Craggle, why did you come here? If it weren't for you, nothing would have to change. You cannot wake the windfish. Remember, you too are in the dream. You don't have to say it like that. Stop telling me this. It's so cryptic. It told me I'm in the dream, and I'm going to disappear too. You told me I've entered this death trap. It's a fate worse than death. But with that, we have the final heart containers. That's all the hearts that we have. And so, here it is, the final instrument is Siren. We've got the Thunder Drum. Egg. The egg on the mountain calls. Alright, well, ladies and gentlemen, we did it. We've acquired every single one of the instruments of sirens, all 8 of those. And so, the time has finally come. With the 8 instruments in hand, it's time that we finally wake up the windfish and, well, I guess, see whether or not this is a dream or we can actually still go home. Well, let's see about that. So, next time on Let's Play Link's Awakening, and the finale of Let's Play Link's Awakening, we're going to head up to Taotao Heights to get up to the egg and play those instruments and see the windfish and see what happens afterwards. So, until next time, guys, see you later.